You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the December 17th meeting for the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Thank you. Welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for Wednesday, December 17th. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Walker, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Mr. Glidden?
Here.
Ms. Sperling?
Here.
Mr. Lavis?
Here.
Ms. Ward?
Here. All right, we have some tabled business at our agenda says old business, but it's tabled business. Kemp's copy machine agreement.
Need to take it off the table first.
We need a motion to take it off the table.
I motion take the Kemp's copy machine agreement off the table.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Oh, all right. So this is a copy of we lease our copy machines, and this is just the new lease. It's $36 a month more than what it is currently, but the old lease is 4 years old. So inflation in price is normal. Outside of that, it's the same. Least besides in the amendment, we changed. What was it exactly? LaPorte County to what was the jurisdiction change that we did in the amendment?
Federal or circuit court.
Yeah. You can turn the microphone on.
Yes, because I had asked that we adjudicated in the federal court in the Northern District of Indiana, which needs to be added,
So this
because we can't go to federal court.
right,
I mean, the intent is there. We know what the spirit.
right. There is an updated copy. I just didn't print the right.
Okay, so the copy we have is where it says Iowa is not the right.
Right.
That is not the right one.
So we have to prove it with the change that the adjudicated would be in the say that
Federal court in the Northern District of Indiana or the state court in LaPorte County, Indiana.
okay,
Very simple.
All right.
what she said.
Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
I would ask that the board approve it with the changes from our attorney and allow me to sign this with the correct copy to get this moving forward. Because we are having some service issues with the machine that are not covered.
We need a motion.
I motion to approve the Kemp's copy machine agreement with the noted changes stated earlier.
Second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Can you amend that to include approving my signature in lieu of the board's?
I gotta do that. I motion to allow Ms. Easton to be signed for the board for this as well.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
New business. The Open Point North open. We're going to open, it's a verb. North Point Pavilion concession lease agreement proposals.
Yes, so proposals were due today. I just received one. You saw that a few minutes ago. And this is from John Van Pruin, JVP Hospitality of Indiana, LLC. I'll remind the board, this is a request for proposals, not a bid, nor a request for quotes. So we will not be reading any amounts or anything into public record at this time. I'd ask that the board vote to hold this over for review, and our team will review it and bring a recommendation to the park board at your next meeting.
Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Then what's your pleasure? Motion.
We got tabled this or just, does that have to be tabled? or-
No, we need to accept the,
Oh, I motion to accept the North Point Pavilion concession lease proposals for Reed only.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
the Park Department's 2025 third quarter variance report.
Yes, both the third quarter report and the variance, were included in your packets. And I apologize for them being late, but with the network challenges we've been experiencing, that put us a little far behind, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Was there anything you want to talk about at the meeting here of the questions that I had or?
The email.
So Diane had sent me, a few questions via email this afternoon, and by the time I emailed them to her, she was already on her way here, so.
We don't have to go over all of them. I just didn't know if there was some that you wanted to discuss as.
Just hit on all of them.
Okay.
So her first question was why was zoo attendance down? So that was revenue, not attendance. That was down the 41%.
Mhm.
So numbers of visitors, and I'm not sure why that's down.
And that was
So-
just in September,
Yes, just
yeah.
in September.
the other month.
So
or-
I have an email in with the zoo director so she can double check her numbers. The weather was good.
Mhm.
I don't see any other reason. So I'll get an answer to you as soon as I can.
Thanks.
She also had a question about advertising in Millennium Plaza with, under our MOU with Harbor Country Adventures. This board typically does not approve advertising in Washington Park. So we are currently the agreement's on the agenda tonight, but it's still being negotiated, so it needs to be tabled. So we'll discuss the advertising policy. However, my personal opinion is, this is a different area of the park that's programmed for entertainment. Most promoters get sponsors via advertisement. That's just
Mm.
typical in that world. So I think I would look at that area a little bit different. But we can definitely discuss it. So
Okay.
thanks for bringing it up because it is not in there.
Well, like I know how like B&E Marine is they're a sponsor, but the other sign is just like a vinyl sign hanging on the fence that looks kind of cheesy. It doesn't look like a sponsorship sign. You know what I mean? So-
Yeah, but I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah.
Did they give him sponsorship money to
Mhm.
hang their advertising? So
Yeah.
we'll
Mhm.
definitely discuss
Yeah,
that
okay.
internally and then with Harbor Country.
Okay.
The 16% increase in our legal fees were due to an invoice from Friedman and Associates in response to a noise complaint that we had. So that was the difference there. Seasonal wages for maintenance.
You're right about it.
Okay, so that
I don't know what I
was good.
read. I just looked at that again.
And then the holiday lights, the 10,000 is year to date. That's what it cost. Actually, that cost is down from years past.
Mhm.
When the city council first put money into our budget for holiday lights, if I recall correctly, it was 25,000. Last year, we didn't spend hardly any because we purchased all our supplies year end, 2023.
Okay.
So this year we had some costs at the beginning of the season because Pat ordered lights to repair displays as we're moving them, putting
Mhm.
them away instead of putting the whole burden on them when they're doing leaves and so actually that's a good cost for
Yeah.
this year.
Okay. Is the 25 grand from the council, is that an annual amount? And does that include labor too? Is that
It was just-
supplies and labor?
Added to our budget.
Yeah.
No, it was added to contractual and supplies.
Mhm.
So that's just for displays.
Yeah. Okay. And that's an annual thing that,
It's just, yeah. it's
or it was just
our
that one
annual
year?
Budget now.
Is it part of the annual budget?
It's part of our
Got it.
annual
Okay.
budget now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you talked about advertising on a billboard. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll investigate that.
Not just
for
with the
sure.
parking pass revenue being down and the zoo revenue being down. I mean, just zoo, golf course, beach, like a 3-panel kind of thing on a billboard close to Chesterton where, as you said, with them being the recognition they got last year, a year ago summer, was that they got like on the national registry or something as a national park, the dunes. Right? So more people are going there. We're getting their overflow But if people are headed there, like just to advertise in that area.
Yeah.
What we have, I just thought could be a good idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll definitely investigate. We are looking at new marketing strategies
Yeah.
for next year,
Mhm.
so.
And even Highway 20 and
Good
Highway
then.
12
Mhm.
are good places, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Funnel them here.
Yeah.
What's that?
Funnel.
Funnel them here.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So yeah, good questions. And then Tim had a couple of questions about our day camp, not being profitable. And we are cutting our staff drastically just because our attendance has fallen. We were talking before the meeting. Prior to COVID, and really since I've worked here, City Kids Day Camp has always been full with a waiting list. And after COVID, we just have not been able to build it back up to the 65, 75 kids
Yeah.
per week in the camp. And I don't know why that is,
Mhm.
because it's such a great camp and it's
For the
a
money.
great value and the meals are included.
Yeah.
But yes, for next year, we will be reducing staff to try to break even. And I think that was it.
Cool. Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome. Any other questions on the variance report?
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, the Park Department third quarter report, was that hand in hand?
Yeah, so I did the variance report actually separate because we have a new staff member that's doing the third quarter report. I do the financing and also it was so huge I couldn't fit it into one document. So yeah, if you want to vote on the variance first,
Okay.
then move into the second
Any
part.
more comments from the board about the variance report? Any public comment? And we need a motion to accept the report.
I move that we accept the variance report.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
And the Park Department third quarter report for 2025.
That was also included in your packets. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
And any other comments? Any comment from the public? Then let's accept the report.
I move that we accept the third quarter financial report.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Renewal of the Patriot Park concession operation lease agreement.
Yes, we met with Joe Garner, the owner of Third Degree Burn. This is the third year of a 3-year agreement. He seems to be happy out there. We're happy with his service, so we would recommend that this get renewed for his final year. And then this will go out for bid in the fall of 2026 for another 3-year contract.
Any comment from the board? Comment from the public? Need a motion to move on?
A motion to approve the renewal of the Patriot Park concession operation lease agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, we have the Harbor Country Adventures 2026 agreement for use of Millennium Plaza, and Mrs. Easton has asked that we table this. And so we need a motion to table it.
A motion that we table the Harbor Country Adventures agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We have to accept the bid for Zoo Wings of Wonder exhibit.
Yeah, so at your last meeting, we received 4 bids for this project. The apparent low bidder was Larson Danielson. Their bid documents were intact. So I would ask that we accept the bid from Larson Danielson, base bid amount $427,927, plus the alternate for the clear story on the building of $46,885, for a total of $474,812, which falls within our budget for the project.
Any comment from the board?
it pretty much matches it, right? Isn't their
Um,
bid pretty much what the
now
money-
our
No?
budget's at 496 right now,
Okay, and I'm sorry, what was the total?
474. We have 496 budgeted and their bid was 474.
Oh, okay.
So that gives us a pretty good contingency.
Yeah.
How many days
Nice.
did they say? 180?
170.
Yeah, right.
170.
170, sorry.
Mhm. Okay.
Any other comment from the board? Any comment from the public?
Hello, Park Board, Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. I'm really happy to hear that the Clear Story is being included in that project. That's really good news. I'm heartened to hear that. And that it's coming in on or under budget at this time. That's really, really positive. I did want to circle back to agenda item A. Simply, I might have missed public comment on that, but we weren't going to open the North Point concession lease proposals. We were going to read the vendor name only. I might have missed it. Who is our vendor proposed there?
John Van Pruin of,
And apparently he's our only person.
company is pardon me, JVP Hospitality of Indiana LLC.
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.
I'd also, instead of coming up 3 separate times, I'm just going to be real quick here. On the variance report, there was $10,000 for the lights. I just wanted to thank Pat and his crew and everyone else who's involved in putting up the lights. It looks fantastic. I'd also like to point out over the last couple seasons, I believe, they've converted all our old lights to LEDs, which should be material savings on the electric bill for the park department. And it's just better all around. And I just want to say kudos to all of them. Thank you for reading the bidder. And thanks for getting the Clear Story in the aviary. So that's 170-day, it's a 6-month project. So we're hoping to have that in use this season, mid-season probably. Is that about right?
By May is my hope.
Oh,
By-
awesome.
By end of May. Like our goal was before we opened April 1st. That's not possible because of the delays. But yeah, we're going to get it done as quickly as possible.
Well, great work. And I thank you for making that building a little nicer than a bare bones shack. So good job. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
So,
we need to accept the bid and then approve an award of contract. Right. We do that in 2 steps. We need to accept the bid for Larson Danielson for $474,812.
I motion to accept the bid from Larson Danielson for the Zoo Wings of Wonder exhibit at $474,812.
I'll second it.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Now we need to approve an award of contract for the same Wings of Wonder exhibit.
Yes, so this is our standard construction agreement template. It has been reviewed by our attorney. Thank you, Laura. The insurance sections have also been reviewed and approved by what is it now? High Street Insurance Company. It's no longer General Insurance Company. So I would ask that the board award the contract tonight. And so under
I motion that we approve the contract for Wings of Wonder.
Second. Sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We have the policy 301, employee benefits.
Yes, so to preface this, the city has put together a policy team with the goal of taking different department policy handbooks and putting those into one so employees are treated equitably no matter what department they work for. I think this is a great idea, a long time coming. I thank Pat Volz for sitting on that committee representing the Parks Department. So these are some of the changes that have been approved already by the Board of Works that take effect January 1st. So I am presenting them to the board. There is going to be one change on the sick day policy, and I'll get to that shortly. So policy 301 just lists our benefits by title. We're adding a birth and placement leave. I'll go into the details when we get to that policy. Holidays, 4 holidays, paid holidays are being removed in 2026. That would be President's Day, both election days, and Columbus Day. Another change is if New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve falls on a Saturday or Sunday, you will not get the day prior or the day after as a holiday. So for example, if Christmas Eve fell on a Sunday, we would get that following Monday off. Or on a Saturday would get the previous Friday. That no longer will happen for these 2 particular holidays. I'm just going to read through them and then you can discuss and vote. Our sick leave policy is pretty much unchanged. We're still getting 12 days per year. One change that the city is proposing, and we're trying to stay with their policy. I'm not real comfortable with this, but I'm still going to recommend it. The city is allowing employees to take sick pay in increments of half an hour. So potentially that's 192 requests per full-time employee per year to track. Not that that will ever happen. I don't see anyone saying I'm going to take my sick leave a half an hour at a time. However, to stay with the theme of getting us all on the same page, I think it's at least worth trying it for a year to see how that plays out. And
Where does that come from? I've never heard of that.
that's in the city's policy. Ours was half-day increments.
Wow.
So again, they're working with multiple manuals
Mhm.
where they came from over the years, different boards, different situations. We don't know, but we're trying to consolidate.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out that could be problematic. But I do believe at any time this board can go back for our department and change things that aren't working.
Mhm.
There are going to be several areas that are unique to the different departments that are going to have to be pointed out. We can't all be identical. We have very, very different operations.
Well, and also, yeah, our department, Parks and Recreation, I mean, how many employees do you have, Pat?
We have 33 full-time employees with benefits. So 192 times 33 is 6,600 possible
Yeah.
requests.
That sounds insane.
Again, I don't foresee anyone really using or abusing that,
Hmm.
but
So if we accept that, if it does start to get out of control, what can,
This-
when can that be amended?
whenever the
If-
board desires,
Oh, okay.
you have the power to set procedures and guidelines for our department.
Okay. So once an employee is hired or accepts this, it can be changed.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
But just in the spirit of cooperation, we're like, let's try it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So-
Okay.
A couple of other changes that were significant. Sick days upon retirement. So you're allowed to bank up to 36 days, just kept in a bank. And then after that, you're still receiving your 12 and you can cash those 12 in for 8 hours pay per day. The parks policy was upon retirement, you would be paid out for any sick days that you've accrued in your bank because those were earned benefit days. The new policy is you may only cash out 10 at retirement if you have 10 years or more of service. So that was a significant change. Pat, am I missing anything?
So on that one real quick, so I don't know if I agree with that. So if someone is just works and works and works all the way through, if they do take a day off, is someone else brought in that day and paid? You know, like a teacher at a school, you'd have to bring in a substitute teacher. But like in this, there's not someone like brought in.
No. So if I take off, say I'm off 2 days in a row sick,
Mhm.
my team steps in and they are all cross-trained. And that is
Yeah.
across the board in every one of our departments. We have cross-training programs.
Yeah.
I was out on a medical leave for 3 months during the spring
Yeah.
when parking started up and they operated flawlessly.
Hmm.
So we put a lot of effort into cross-training. So that's not a big issue.
Do we know what they're getting in return for giving up the for holidays and these different things? Like,
Yes, so.
Is there something that I would like to know what they're giving up on
That
that?
comes up in the personal day policy, policy 312. In lieu of the 4 holidays, we are now getting 3. The city's calling them personal days, but Pat looks at them as floating holidays, which I prefer that. Just not to get our employees confused on our old personal day policy compared to the new. So they are floating days off, 8 hours, have to be used in the current year. That is helpful on the finance side because now there's 4 less holidays that we're paying overtime for people that have to be there, like the zoo.
Mhm.
There's got to be somebody at the zoo every single day of the year. So we're paying double time and a half. So those 4 days, we're going to reduce our overtime and a lot of time, Pat's people. But they'll still get a day that they can take when they choose.
Mhm. And back to the sick days, how many people are ending their career and then owed a lot of sick days? Are there a lot? Is it?
I don't know because this is new.
Yeah.
So in our department, like I'm the closest to retirement.
Mhm.
I sold all my days back because I saw this coming down the pipeline. And
Mhm.
my personal opinion is I've earned those.
Yeah.
I have been a good employee. I don't use sick days. I've
Right.
always been banked.
Right.
So to me, it kind of seems like a punishment
Yeah.
for never taking a sick day.
So that's not for new employees, that's for everyone. So people
All
who are,
full-time employees.
people who have been working like yourself, are they gonna be able to cash those out before this policy changes?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Hmm.
I mean, they can cash out up to the 12 that's allowed.
Hmm. I would think they would give people who have been literally
Grandfathered
banking
that
on
in.
this, that option, and then maybe moving forward if they're gonna do it. It's just a thought.
That's a good point. Can you note that for your next meeting?
That's not fair.
There should be a grandfathered end date.
Yeah,
Because I don't know citywide, there's
yeah.
380 employees, there could be 50 of them that are fully banked and gonna retire in
Yeah.
a year or two. I just
right.
I wouldn't know that.
I mean, I generally don't agree with the policy. I think people, if they're working and not taking those sick days, then they should get paid for those because people would just take the day off then and just, whether they're sick or not, to cash that in to
Right.
get what's coming to them, their
Just
benefit.
Detrimental to our schedule.
Yeah, and then that puts people out, who are cross-trained and have to cover for that. I'd rather I'd rather see people just get paid at the end and be at work when they're supposed to be at work, as opposed to taking a sick day that they don't really need to take, but it's part of their benefit. So that's just my opinion.
Do we have to have the same policy as everyone or no?
We don't.
We don't?
I don't believe so, no, because you're the board, so you make the policy for the Parks Department under Indiana state law.
And how many total full-time employees are there with Parks and Rec?
33,
Oh, the total, that's not just Pat's, that's,
that's all of us,
oh,
the whole
okay.
department.
Yeah. I mean, that's the core people, your hardworking people. I don't agree with it. What do you guys think?
I'm with Diane. I don't know if Pat is the representative for them or what, but I'd like to talk to some more of the people associated with that before I take away their sick days and their bank days. These people are out there busting their butts for us. And then now me sitting up here going, oh yeah, you're going to lose your sick days. I'm not really
Yeah.
okay with that.
Right.
I'd like to hear from some of them and find out, if this is good give and take on what they're getting as opposed to what we're taking.
So the board has the option to not accept the policy as presented and go back to revert to our current policy or table it. If you table it, it will not take effect January 1st for our department. And we would just operate under a current policy until you change that. So that's up to you.
If somebody had 70 sick days, could they cash out and then keep 36 to get paid for? That's a number?
No, so you can only have 36 in the bank. That's it. You can never accrue more than 36. And you can cash in 12 per year. So your bank sits up here with 36 and say you accrued 12 more during the year, you can sell those 12. But you can't sell out of your bank. You can use it.
It's like what they're doing with us at the schools now, Tim. Like, so you get your days at the end of the year, you can sell back any days you don't use now. So if I have 70 sick days and next year we get 12 and I don't use any, I can sell my 10 back or 12 back at the end of the year. Or I can bank them even higher. So
Oh, no.
you guys
Only-
can't do that.
Yeah, we only can bake up to 36.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand from a financial perspective, they're trying to, like rein in future liabilities. So if you continue and all these employees like cash out in 1 year and you don't have the cash flow or the budget to do that. So I think overall it's a good move, but how you get there while you're still fair to the current employees is a very valid point.
Mhm. Yeah.
On the table?
I'm gonna table, okay with you guys? All right. I'm gonna motion to table this policy and procedure change. Policy 301, employee benefits. I'd like to table that.
Actually, the one,
Was it the other one?
the one you're talking about is
305, sorry.
307.
307.
Yeah.
There it is. I'd like to table policy 307, sick bank leave.
A second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carried. That was the strongest aye we have today.
And then,
We mean it.
the final policy is, the birth and placement leave, giving an employee who gives birth a 3-day paid leave. And then parents that adopt or foster a child, it would give them 1 paid day within 30 days of the actual placement of the child.
Mm.
So that's a new benefit, completely new. And then we discussed the personal days. No, we didn't. So the board's current policy is we get 12 sick days a year. Park employees are allowed to schedule 4 of those and use them out of that 12 as personal days scheduled in advance. That will go away under the city's new policy. And the city will just, or the employees will just receive those 3 floating days. So no longer can we take 4 out of our 12 sick bank. The sick is sick only to be used for sick only, and then you get the 3 floating personal days. Am I confusing you guys?
Yes.
Confusing.
That one, I think I am a little
Repeat
Confusing
it.
myself.
You say it again.
So we took away 4 holidays, turned them into 3 personal days.
Correct.
Oh,
But it also takes away our ability to use any personal days out of our sick bank. Sick is now sick only.
And you just have 3 personal days.
Correct. So
But they also
Day-
took,
we're
3,
we're losing 1 personal day out of our sick
they
bank.
took 4 holidays out of the contract. So like, they're also losing, if they have Christmas is on Sunday, they don't get Monday off. As they had in the past. And now now we're going to from 4 scheduled personal days out of the 12 to 3.
But they don't come out of these 3 don't come out of your sick bank. They're in addition to the 12.
so you're gaining.
You're gaining.
You're gaining 3 days there. Sorry, you're gaining 3 days there.
Gaining 3, we're losing 1 on holidays, and we can't use them out of sick. Clear as mud. Thank you again, Pat, for sitting on this committee.
Thank you, Pat.
And that's a positive for us?
Should we go through these one at a time, starting with 301?
We'll have to.
To vote, yeah. I was just trying to explain them all first.
Yeah.
Just because they're interrelated.
All right. We're going to start moving through them here. Policy 301, employee benefits.
Yeah.
Any more board? Any more board comments about 301? Any more public comment?
Hello, Board. Scott Mellon, 200 Kendall Place. I've attended several various board meetings where this change in HR has come up. This is a citywide thing. They're not picking on the Parks Department. They're trying to consolidate and unify so all employees for City of Michigan City are treated the same. So that's the purpose of it. You're gaining some flexibility by getting rid of some of these minor holidays. I just came from the sanitary board meeting where their board voted to implement this. Of course, they had the HR director from the city of Michigan City there to help explain it. I think that it's a shame they're not here for this board. You're gaining some flexibility in getting, instead of personal vacation days, I think of them as personal days, but 3 minor holidays, like you say, where we have to staff things and you're paying double overtime. Now they're not holidays, but you get the flexibility of 3 personal days. Again, at the sanitary board meeting, they said they're losing 3 holidays. I don't know why it's 4 holidays here. I have not heard of 2 election days, but I guess there is a primary and a.
In the years that there are.
Okay, so every other year there's a 4th.
Correct.
Okay. So again, this is a citywide thing to try to consolidate and unify for all the employees of Michigan City as you go through these individual things. And I think that's important to keep in mind. As far as you hear about this in the public sector quite a lot, people retiring with a year of banked sick days and things like that. I don't think it happens here to that degree, but this is a budgetary control mechanism for a city that's broke and facing a multi-million-dollar shortfall in the coming years. So again, citywide implementation of these policies, not just for the Parks Department. And as far as sick days being sick, we also know people who come to work when they're not feeling well because they don't take sick days. Not that I'm pointing to anybody.
Get sick, dude. Have you ever seen this sick?
We can talk about that.
But after during COVID, we learned it's not okay to come to work not feeling well. Sick days are to be used when you're not feeling well. It's better for everybody. So it's good that you have concern for your folks, but again, citywide implementation, try to consolidate, simplify, and unify things. So if you had questions, I would recommend you ask the HR department to come down and explain why they're implementing these things. From what I've heard in various other meetings, they're sensible changes and make good sense. Although that half hour per request seems a little, that 1 hour minimum would be one thing, but not a half hour. That seems a little muddy. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your comments and I respect your ideas. But when I put my head on the pillow at night, there's 35 people in this department that I'm going to worry about here and their jobs, not what HR wants to do or what's, good. We can make changes, but we have workers who come to work every day. And I don't feel comfortable taking their sick days or changing their policies without talking to them. That's just my opinion.
Right. And I agree with that. And I understand what you're saying. It's the money thing. But I think that people are going to take their sick days and they're not going to be sick. And then people are going to be scrambling and then we're not going to operate well. So I think one way or the other, they're going to use them, take them, I don't think people are going to let those slide, very few people would. So it just, when when you're missing one person from an operation, that could just be everything for the day. That's hard. You guys run it tight, I'm the -4 holiday days and the +3 floating. I'm okay with that personally, but the sick days is a tough one for me. So.
Good.
I agree.
Sierra, we need 1.
301.
So what you're voting on, I'm sorry. Policy 301 is just adding the title birth and placement leave to the list of benefits. So that one's straightforward.
Policy 301. Need a motion.
I move that we approve policy 301.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Policy 305, holidays. With losing, what are the holidays? 2 of them are election days.
President's Day, Columbus Day, and then the primary election and general election day on the years that they're there.
So 2 every year and 4 some years.
Yeah.
And we're gaining 3 personal days.
They actually make out. They make out.
Yeah. It's good.
I motion that we approve policy 305 for the holidays.
Are you good?
I want to talk to the people and see if they're all right with this, just being thrown out at this. It's the last meeting. I mean, do they know this is do they know this is coming?
The staff?
Yeah.
So yes, we've been talking to our staff for probably 3 weeks now, Pat. As we've seen this coming down the pipeline, getting out the information to them, but letting them know that, you know, this hasn't happened yet, but we think it's going to. We had a staff meeting this morning, so we went through it with all the directors who are funneling it down to their staff. So yes, we are keeping our staff in the loop as much as we can. Actually, it's probably been closer to a month. We started talking about it the day after the Board of Works approved these, which was November 17th.
So it really evens out because if you take it over 4 years, whether there's an election year or not, over 4 years, that would be taking away 12 paid days. But by adding the 3 floating days times 4 years is 12 days. So it's really an even, and the floating days, they actually get to pick then what days they want to take off, as opposed to this is the day you're going to take off. So.
I understand. I want to talk to these people before I give away their days.
Okay.
Just me personally.
Then we'll table it. Do you want to put it into table?
If you guys want to go how you want, but I'm just.
No, go ahead. You can table it.
I motion to table policy 305.
You have to remove the motion.
What happens? They already have a motion on the floor to approve it,
I thought you just motioned to table.
but she already motioned to approve it. So
1 second.
Yeah, she could
You can remove it. She can remove it.
withdraw without one.
Withdraw your motion.
Nobody seconded it.
Right.
I withdraw your amendment or your
Your motion.
Okay, I withdraw my motion for policy 305.
Yeah.
Do I need to second that?
now we need a motion to table.
Oh, second. I second that.
Table.
No, you got
We're
it.
voting to table policy 305 holidays.
And withdrawn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carried. Now a motion to table.
I motion to,
Right.
Yeah, I motion to table policy 305.
a second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Table.
Table 307, all right?
We already tabled 307.
All right.
So we're at
Kate, policy 310, birth and placement leave.
yeah, 30.
already tabled 307.
That's briefly, that's 3 days for a birth and 1 day for an adoption.
Correct.
Yes.
And then we need a motion there, or motion to table, or a motion to approve. Any comment from the public?
Yes, Scott Mellon, Turin County Place. My recommendation would not to be to table everything you're uncertain about. It would be to vote yay or nay on things instead of tabling everything. In my opinion, again, these are citywide changes. I feel like this board might be getting lost in the weeds. If you're uncertain about these, I think you either table all of them to get clarification. But I think a piecemeal approach isn't effective. I appreciate you're looking out for your people. I respect that 100%. But you're also representatives of the city and have to do what's best for the city as well. We have to balance those two things. That is one of the duties of being a board member, to look out for the needs of Michigan City as well. So again, Human Resources have been through these changes, the mayor's office, various other departments have approved it. And, I know we all think we're special, but, you know, these are all city employees and should all have the same rules, in my opinion, minus extraordinary needs for, you know, police and fire, things like that. Thank you.
Well, this is where we discuss things. I mean, we didn't know that these changes were happening. So we never had a chance to put in our 2 cents about it. So this is it.
Birth and placement is a citywide, 3 days, 1 day.
Yep.
What's your pleasure on birth and placement leave? I'm fine with that.
With it, yeah.
I motion to approve policy number 310, birth and placement leave.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Policy 312, personal days. That's the addition of 3 anytime you want days. But no longer taking anything from the sick leave bank.
Nice. Still get your 12 sick days, and we're adding 3 personal days.
That they, of course, probably wouldn't be banked then.
No, the personal days you have to use within that calendar year, or you lose them.
That's a citywide.
Implementation. Yeah.
So then the only problem with this one is that this kind of goes with this counters the -4 holidays, right? Is this the 3 floating days?
Yes.
Yeah, so really that we have to table this one too, because that goes hand in hand, you know, with the other one, with the holiday one, right? Because if we don't,
As far as I understand.
yeah, I mean, if for some reason, I'm just saying if you fought for the 4 holidays and they're gonna get 3 floating days, now we're a whole lot more. So
What's your
Right.
pleasure?
we should table it. Okay. Okay, well,
Okay, I motion that we table policy 312 for personal days.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We have resolution number 1082. Whereas the superintendent of the Parks and Recreation Department has reported that certain transfer funds are necessary within the budget of the Michigan City Department of Parks and Recreation because of unanticipated expenses from various accounts, which accounts do not have sufficient funds available for disbursements for said expenses. And whereas there are funds available for said purposes in various other accounts, which are not expected to be paid from said accounts during the remainder of the budget year. And whereas the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board has determined that said expense to move accounts out of the negative is necessary, and that an account transfer should be made in order to meet said expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the following transfer be made from the following named accounts to the following named accounts and for the purposes stated therein. Decreased fund 2204.504 zoo fund, zoo food $10,680, building materials $2,300, increase 2204.504 zoo fund, electric $11,280, and charges fees $1,700. That is the resolution. Are there any comments from the board?
I will say that this one was changed from last week when I posted the agenda to right now because we got an electric bill in at the zoo and we had to move funds into that fund to cover that bill.
Thank you. Any comments from the public? What's your pleasure on resolution 1082?
I motion to approve resolution number 1082.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 1083, and I'll just read the decrease and increase. Decrease fund, building materials, decrease fund 2316,000 zoo endowment fund, building materials $18,534. Increase zoo endowment fund contractual $18,534. Any comment? Any? What's your pleasure on
Public comment.
public? Any public comment? What's your pleasure? Resolution 1083.
I motion to approve resolution number 1083.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We have resolution 1084, decrease golf fund merchandise, $3,800. Increase golf fund, travel expense, $1,300, telephone, $900, repairs, maintenance, others, $1,000, electric, $1,500. Any questions, comments from the board? Comments from the public? What's your pleasure on resolution 1084?
I motion to approve resolution 1084.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Reports of the officers, the superintendent's report, Mrs. East.
Thank you. I'd like to inform you that Haas and Associates is preparing a proposal to complete the engineering drawings and specifications for the Millennium Fountain demolition bid. So the proposal should be presented to you at your next meeting. And I recently met with Marquette High School's art teacher, Matthew Rainey. The mayor had given the Michigan City Public Art Committee $3,000 in ARPA funds for a neighborhood beautification project. So I reached out to the Michigan City Mural Club. They were too busy. So then I reached out to Marquette, and they have a pretty vibrant art program. So over the winter, we'll be collaborating with the students. They'll come up with a design for 3 sides of the blower building at Waste Inc., which is right next to Singing Sands Trail. Those would be submitted to the art committee, and once approved, then we'll make arrangements to get the kids out there to actually paint the mural this spring. So I'm really excited about that for a couple of reasons. One, it furthers the max goal of neighborhood art. But really, just to have these kids get their artwork out into the city and start becoming part of the art scene, to me, is like very important. These are our up and coming students, and it's got to make them really proud to like have their work out there in the public and as all the trail workers go by. So I'll keep you abreast on the designs as I get those.
Where is that? Pardon me?
It's on the Singing Sands Trail at the Waste Inc. site where you go over Peanut Bridge. There's a blower building that's part of the remedy for the cap for the gases. That's going to be decommissioned, I believe, by the end of this summer, which is great because it is noise pollution. But if you're on a bike, you go by it. You go quick enough, it's not too bad. Walking, it's a in any case, I think it's a really great spot along the creek and the trail to just dress that building up. And I would like to thank the members of the Waste Inc. site. They went ahead and painted a base paint or coating on there for us. So they're really excited about it as well.
Thank you.
Mhm. The mayor's final town hall meeting was held on December 10th. I did give a trail update on the Singing Sands, and that was the only question directed to our department. And then I'd like to inform you that NDOT will be doing a complete road resurfacing project on Highway 12 this summer. I believe they're going to begin in April. I'm guessing it'll go throughout the end of the summer. So from one end of the city to the other. They are also shrinking lanes down to 1 lane as you head west past Brant Speed Store, which should help with the many, many, many accidents we've had on the trail for people speeding and not being able to navigate the curbs. It also gives us another 12-foot buffer between vehicles and the trail itself, in addition to what we already have. So a safety issue. So that's going to be a great project. But at the same time, beginning in April, NIPSCO is putting in an underground high pressure gas line across the street from Pullman Park that will go under the railroad tracks, under Singing Sands Trail, and through part of the lot where we were building the You Are Beautiful Park. So that will be delayed by probably close to a year. We hope to plan that this spring. So that's not going to happen. our staff has been informed. I will pull, Pat in as we get closer to scheduling and how it's going to affect the trail. But I just want to keep everyone in the loop on this because we have such an extremely busy summer season, and Highway 12 is a vital artery to get to Blue Chip, the lakefront, the Arts District. So I'll keep you posted as we continue to meet with the engineering teams. And this week, trees were being removed from the golf course and the zoo as part of the city's $1 million tree removal and planting grant that they got. I was at the golf course yesterday and witnessed them doing this. There's some really big trees out there. They look a lot bigger when they're down than they do when they're up. In my estimation, this project probably saved us $300,000. Got rid of dangerous trees. We had no funding to do that. And I'm saying that because it was such a big project. If we had to take down one or two at a time, the mob and demob costs would escalate. So we're very grateful to the tree board for including us in their project, and very happy that they're going around planting new trees in our parks to replace some of the dangerous ones that we've lost. And then to conclude, I want to thank Diane for your 4 years of service to the board. It's been fun working with you. I really appreciate that you are a very informed and productive board member. And I wish you well in your new endeavors next year. I know you have some exciting plans to use up your little bit of spare time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I also want to thank our staff. They are so hardworking. Like, I just can't explain. I've never worked with people that are this dedicated and work this hard. That's why I don't take sick days. I love it here. Like, I can't wait to come in and see my team and see what they're doing. So Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Merry Christmas to the board. Happy New Year. And I promise you an exciting 2026.
The assistant superintendent's report, Mr. Walker.
Yep. January 5th, signups for Youth Baseball League starts. And a reminder to everybody that the first month of signups, you get the early bird discount, which is a $5 discount on everything. So make sure everybody's ready January 5th to get it rolling. Right now, we are in the second half of Craft Corner going on at Krieger Memorial Hall right now. The Casa Delicious Designs, who operates Craft Corner, will be taking a break in January and February to kind of recalibrate. So we won't have Craft Corner for those 2 months, but we'll be back in March with that program. But Chess Club is still on first and third Mondays at Krieger Memorial Hall. We're starting the open game nights in 2026, but initially I said we was going to start in February. We're not going to start till March because it's still basketball season, and I'm the rec department and I can't guarantee that I'm going to be there in February. So we're just going to push it back 1 month, and it'll be on the fourth Monday of every month starting in March. And there will be board games, card games. When the weather allows, we'll have bucket golf and different things going on outside. And it's free for everyone. We ask that kids under 15 are accompanied by an adult. I think it's a great place for families to come out together and enjoy leisure time playing board games, which I think is kind of a lost thing in families right now. The golf course, the clubhouse, will be closed January and February. But golf passes can be bought here at the park department at City Hall. Come down to our office and we will help you get that taken care of. Outside of that, again, Diane, thank you. Thank you for being so thorough. The model board member, you know,
You made us look bad.
Yeah, everybody's really awesome, but Diane always hits us with really hard, thought out questions that makes us do our jobs, make sure that we're thorough when we give the information to the board. So thank you for challenging us, and I wish you the best in everything moving forward. And Merry Christmas to everybody as well.
Thank you. I am the Port Authority liaison, and they had a meeting last Monday, but nothing that affected us. Mr. Labus?
Mr. Stimley gave me their numbers for the historical tour of Washington Park, which went really well. They had around 70 people take part. They plan on doing it again next year. As a former Zoological Society member, I'd like to thank them for all they do, all the money they raise, the efforts, volunteer work, all that they do to help with the zoo, with education, with feeding some of the animals and all the different ventures. I know it's a big undertaking that they do in a lot of the events. So if you're able to support any of their events, please go out and do so next year, and thank you to them for everything they do.
Thank you. Attorney's report.
Yes, I have nothing specific to report, but I do want to echo what Shannon said, Ms. Eason said, because this team is fantastic. It really is a pleasure working with you. So another year down and looking forward to 2026. I had no idea you were leaving, so congratulations on your next chapter. It's going to be fun, and happy holidays to everybody. So cheers. Thank you.
Department Finances.
The last one. Get your voice back. You'll get your voice back.
Yeah, so, okay. Whoops. Oh, I messed up my last one. Okay, so the claims docket for December 17th, municipal funds, $73,878.36. Golf petty cash, 0. So total claims, $73,878.36. And I move that we pay our vendors.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Is there,
There is no payroll, because of the network issues and some sickness in the office. We have to wait for the next meeting to do payroll.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But every payroll, just to give you the.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone got
Payroll
paid,
report.
right?
Yeah. I wouldn't be so happy if I didn't.
Right. Okay, so for the gifts and donations, LaPorte County Visitors Bureau donation plug-in sponsor, $1,000. Sandra Starling, zoo donation, share the care, $65. I move that we approve these generous gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, minor transfers, admin fund 2204.502, decrease account sewage, $186, decrease account vacation buyback, $1,488, increase account water, $128, increase account INPRS, $1,488, increase account electric, $58. I keep going, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's so many of them. Zoo fund, decrease account vacation buyback, $5,247. Decrease account sick buyback, $11,266. Decrease account unemployment, $177. Decrease account contractual, $3,500. Decrease account sewage, $1,038. Increase account vacation bonus, $5,247. Increase account seasonal wages, $4,099. Increase account FICA, $2,485. Increase account INPRS, $4,209. Increase account longevity, $650. Increase account electric, $4,538. And then under the golf fund, decrease account diesel, $1,000. Decrease account gasoline, $2,500. Increase account repair parts, $1,000. Increase account pesticides, $2,500. And under the senior center fund, decrease account sick buyback, $1,057. Increase account FICA, $304. And increase account INPRS, $753. And I move that we accept these minor transfers, which sound major tonight.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And zoo and endowment, nothing to report. And, Board of Works, in which is totaling $236,626.66 were paid at the 12/15/25 Board of Works meeting to Reith Riley Construction Company, Inc. Golf Course Cart Paths. Yay. I move that we accept these Board of Works charges.
The second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
And then credit card charges, none. The end.
Thank you, Mrs. Spurley.
You're welcome.
Any comments from the public?
I do that.
Hello, Board. Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. I can give you a little more information about the tree removal. We received a federal $1 million tree grant. Of that, they just reported this to the Board of Works, and it relates to what was happening at the golf courses. They've taken down 275 trees in town so far, with about 75 more to go of the contract. And often these are the larger trees are the ones that have damage or disease. So it is a big savings. They've only planted 500 trees. No, they planted 500, and they've allocated 900,000 of their $1 million budget. So there's about $100,000 to figure out what to do next year. Hopefully we can get more saplings. That's the trees. Earlier today, I personally signed my conflict of interest disclosure form to the city. And that's why that phrase was on my mind. And I'm just going to quote this one sentence. Do you understand that as a board member, you are obligated to act in the best interest of the city of Michigan City, Indiana? Just point that out. You're board members for the Park District, but your primary goal is actually serving that, to do what's in the best interest of the city of Michigan City. Outside of that, I think you've done a great job this year, as always. We've got a tight on the books. Those minor transfers, I'm wondering what the total was, because that was a lot of minor transfers that added up to some tens of thousands of dollars, I believe. It'd be interesting to know what that total was. But we've had a great bookkeeper here. We know the assistant commissioner is doing a great job with programming. We all know what Shannon does. And I want to thank all of you, again, as citizens, given your time and efforts to further this board and the city of Michigan City. And again, great work to the team that takes care of our parks. It's a daily battle with the sand in the season and getting those lights up. Kudos to them for getting them up. We all know we had a hard early hit to winter this year. I wasn't able to get any of my outside lights up. So, and I know that's a lot of other people. So good job to our Parks Department. It's a beautiful place for people to take a drive after dark. So again, thank you all for your service. Congratulations to you and your future endeavors. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Michigan City. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dabney, did you have anything you wanted to add tonight?
I do not have anything tonight.
Thank you. Comments from the park board?
Yes, so I would like to say that this has been a blast. I have owned my own business for over 30 years, so working for someone else has been awesome. And if you have any full-time positions open, if my business doesn't work out, I would work for you two any day in this board. It's incredible what this department, what you guys accomplish. And Pat and Jamie, I mean, you guys, I don't know the other departments as well, of course, as I know this one, but if they all ran like this one did, I bet it would be one heck of a city government. So, I would love to do that. I honestly would love to do that.
Yeah, I did on a Saturday. I'm like,
You are hired.
Saturday of the Grand Prix. Diane, you're out there.
Totally. I totally would do it. That is actually one of my list of part-time jobs to do when I retire, whenever that may ever happen. But no, I think that would be so cool. I would love to be a greeter at Walmart. I would totally do that. So, but anyway, working with all of you has just been awesome. Working for the city government has been super cool. I've always wanted to do it. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wish you all the best.
I wanted to say, are you done? Thank you.
I'll be done.
Okay. I wanted to say that the US 12 Singing Sands Trail, where the railroad crossing is right there by Branch, is very, very dangerous. That hopefully we could tie those together at the same time, INDOT and the railroad working together.
No. To put it bluntly,
And
we're working on it with Amtrak, but it has nothing to do with NDOT. At this point, it's completely 100% Amtrak project.
Well, right now you have to get up on the highway to
Yeah, understood.
continue on the trail. So I hope.
But
improved.
I meet with Amtrak every 2 weeks and I remind them of that every 2 weeks. So funding's going to be the big issue because we lost the funding. So, but it's not on the back burner, I promise you.
but don't they owe us money? Or that's a whole nother.
I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And I'd like to thank Diane for her business sense and her common sense and her positivity, and good luck in your future.
Thank you so much.
And I also want to thank our dedicated employees, the 33 that make it go. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Happy New Year. And we need a,
No,
I-
wait.
okay. Oh, sorry. William says that I made a mistake and that we did not approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Oh,
So could we stop and do that?
Go ahead, Diane. It's your honor.
thanks. I move that we approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And Mr. President, I motion to adjourn.
Hey, that's always when you're done.